my gosh. Rise and shine, everyone. Hello to you all. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. I'm wearing one of my shirts that's, I've gone full in on one size bigger. Hang on. The fuck is that? Getting all sorts of messages. Ding. Sick and tired of, my clothes shrinking on me. That happens once in a while to people, especially when they get to be like my age. It's a weird phenomenon where all of your clothes at once will just shrink. And you would think that they had already shrunk. But, that's a real thing. It's a weird term for it. I think some people call it fat. But because of fat, the clothes shrink remarkably. So as you know, I spent big bucks, $115 last week on some Costco clothes, which, underrated. Underrated. Okay? You won't pay more than $20 per garment there. And look at this. I got this beautiful golf shirt that really accentuates my nips. Yeah, I've got a nip issue. I don't know if you've noticed that about me. If I'm in a picture, my nips are really just jamming right out of there. They're like valve stems on a Peterbilt. Nobody knows what that means. But with the tighter clothes, it reduces the nippage, or it increases the nippage for your old pal EZ. So you got to go, like with this one. I'll even stand up and show you. With this shirt, I don't look as disgusting. I am, but, it's not like, this is how normally my shirts would fit. I would look like that. All tight around my belly, and you can actually see my navel. So no, you gotta, because of the shrinking dilemma. So yesterday, Diane and I go to Costco, and I don't even know what the fuck we had to get, but I see we're in like the area where the clothes are, and I love it because they just like throw it on the table, and then they get picked over, and then some poor schlep has to refold them. Thank you, Maureen. She says, nice shirt. So I go in there and I go, well, all right. So these are 32s, these shorts. Now you need to tell me, because you and Sarah at the Berlin races, at the raceway, at the track, you two were making fun of me because my ding dong was kind of sticking out on the shorts. And she goes, I go, well, were you or were you not? Yes, we were. I go, well, I need to know if these are the types of shorts. And because I was wearing 32s at the time. So I go, look at me right now. Can you see ding dong? And she's like, no. I go, all right, well, then I'm not going to go. Then the shorts are not shrinking. So, because I was going to go up to 34s. Now, if I go up to 34s, oh, my God. My doctor is going to be so pissed off at me. He's going to look at the numbers in a couple of weeks and go, what the hell is going on here? But all right. So, went ahead, got some Costco. I'm really upgrading the wardrobe since the mass shrinkage has happened. And I feel darn good about it. Speaking of the doctor, I'm reasonably concerned about something else that happens to you when you get old for dudes. And it's important I talk about this because I bet a lot of guys suffer from this. But my prostate is destroying my urethra. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but so that tube comes out of the bladder. You got to go potty. And and it goes, okay, like through the prostate. The prostate surrounds it. It's like pig in a blanket almost. And when it gets enlarged, it constricts that little tube, that urethra that goes out of your pee hole for you to go tinkle. And when it does that, you hear about those commercials about a large prostate, take Flomax. Well, I do. And it seems to be not working. Because I shit you not, I in the middle of the night, I have to go potty. And so small an amount flies out of my ding-dong. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And it takes forever. Oh, my gosh. And so that is really starting to become an issue. And bad news, I am out of medicine. I have to get more medicine. And guess who kept putting it off? And now I actually have zero medicine. And I don't even know if it's working, though. So I'm mildly concerned about that. Now, I am not sure, and I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. I'm not 100% sure what the prostate does. I think the prostate, and I might be right on this, I might be wrong. If some of you can say, yes, you're correct, or no, you're wrong, if you know a thing or two about anatomy and physiology. But I think the prostate is key in reproduction because the prostate provides the fluid that your sperm needs to go out. Time out. Amanda, she writes, it's the male G-spot. You may be right, but that's not the function of it. Of course you would weigh in with your first words is, oh, yeah, when you stick something in your butthole, you stimulate it. And by the way, it is so not the male G-spot. It just makes you feel like you have to pee because I've had that manipulated before by my doctor. And I'm like, this is not fun. This is not enjoyable in any way, doc. And he goes, I know. It's horrible. God, what an awful feeling that is. And there are people that I love that. Yeah, that is not good. There you go. DJ Plunkett says, produces the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. That's what I thought. It's kind of like the vehicle to get it out of your body. So what happens if that's gone? Do you not have any more fluid? You don't have any more fluid that can nourish and transport the sperm. So that is, I'm beyond my level of competence when it comes to knowledge as to what this does. So if that's the case, those little guys are sitting there in my testes, and mine are, I'm pretty sure, are still viable. I mean, I think I can actually get somebody pregnant if they had a uterus and fallopian tubes. But, if that's gone, does then what actually flies out at the moment of impact, at the moment of truth when you're getting it on? I mean, because frankly, that's half the fun. When there's a big spurt fest, you're like, oh, yeah, all right. Amanda is making me uncomfortable. She writes, once you get over the pee feeling, it gets good. How do you know? You don't have one. How could you possibly be speaking from a place of experience? You have no idea what you're talking about. That's like me describing to you childbirth. You'd want to smack the hell out of me. Yeah. Megan says, tell your dog I said hi. Megan, I was busy talking about my health ailments, and I'm having some prostate issues. And guess what member of the audience decided to tell us about the male G-spot? That reminds me. I didn't get this story prepared, but I have to. We have to talk about this. I know that, speaking of Amanda, despite her talking about, hey, Carlee Russell, let's move on. Let's move on from Carlee Russell. Until my sperm donor, my baby daddy, gives me the $28 he owes me in child support, there is no reason why we should be actually even going after or talking about Carlee Russell. She is now facing misdemeanor charges. For lying to cops and making all that shit up. Amanda says, okay, it's time for me to shower. Yes, thank God. Thank God. Take like a 2-hour one. Bring your phone into the shower so that it gets water damage and you can't listen. I'm kidding. Come on now. That's too much. Okay, let's see here. I think there's because I saw a mugshot of her and she's like smiling and feels all good about herself.
Obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the
I don't think I hear anything
for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home.
Oh, move on. Move on. You know, don't even prosecute her. Who cares about those people? Get my $28.
As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction.
Okay, so, all right, appropriate charges, appropriate ultimate punishment if it comes to that. But she's sunk. If you're Carlee Russell, oh my God, the amount of, going forward out in the public, getting a job, whatever. I mean, she's young. And for what? I mean, how are you going to recover from this? And then, of course, there was the woman who led the charge, the lady whose daughter was actually abducted and then, her life was taken. That woman was like, hey, we're here to find Carlee. And, she has to relive that whole thing, that nightmare, trying to find this crazy idiot. And it's all a lie. Oh, my God.
Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County, Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused.
Now, the law is the law.
Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration.
He's like, I too want to throw the book at her.
Existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system.
I like that guy. This story. Activists. Oops.
It's your journey. Own every
annoying
mile
as
in
hell.
the Hyundai Santa.
I'll let that play out. We'll come back to that. Maybe you want a Hyundai Santa Fe?
Now, those who helped search for Carlee are reacting to the charges she's now facing. WVTM 13's Chip Scarborough spoke to one community activist who says the case.
Chip Scarborough? Where have you been all my life? Chip Scarborough. Do you guys remember Chip Scarborough? Hi, Chip Scarborough. Top story. My fart just made a noise. Holy shit. It's been so long, Chip. Not all of you recall the Chip Scarborough beat up. We'd have to go back to the old days on our beloved Free Beer and Hot Wings show, as Corey writes. But what about the baby daddy? Yes, Chip Scarborough. I had no idea. Here we go. Chip Scarborough reported on Carlee. Hi.
Has created further problems.
I wear a button. I have it on right now. It's Cupcake.
What the fuck just happened? Oh, my God. You have to bear with me. All this, since we left Fear Bunker North, I have not replaced the AA battery on this mouse. So I am really at the mercy of it as its life wanes. I finished the show at Fear Bunker North, came home, and immediately tried to replace it. And I have not been able to find one, and I have forgotten to buy one. So,
Cupcake.
oh no.
That hurts me to my heart that I couldn't give Cupcake back to her mama.
Community activist Harry Traveling Shoes Turner tells me while he's glad Carlee Russell made it back home safely,
What the hell?
he says there have to be consequences for her actions. Authorities say Russell is now charged with false reporting to law enforcement authorities and falsely reporting an incident. Charges Turner says he supports.
I had no problem with it because Hoover Police Department followed the law. And the law is the law.
Turner says Carlee Russell's case didn't just impact people here in Hoover and Central Alabama, but across the nation and really across the world.
I'm getting calls every day, people emailing me and sending me tags and posts about children who are using this as a game, fake kidnappings, calling the police departments and news stations about someone being missing, and it's all a joke. This is not something to joke about.
Exactly. That's what everybody says about Sound of Freedom.
Says there are so many families searching for missing loved ones, not knowing if they'll ever see them again. Turner says he takes every report of a missing person very
I like Turner's style. I like the blue jeans and powder blue vest look
seriously.
with a nice hat.
If Carlee Russell goes missing tonight, as soon as I get the word, I'm going to look for Carlee all over again.
You
At
are?
the same time, he encourages
By the way, look at that mugshot. She straightened her hair and everything for the mugshot. Despite the crazy eyes, she's very pretty.
Carlee Russell to formally apologize for her actions in an effort to help move forward. In Hoover, Chip Scarborough, WVTM 13.
In Hoover, Chip Scarborough. my fart made a noise. That's just lackluster.
When I served, my work.
Chip's packed on the pounds a little bit, too. Nothing wrong with that. That hat fits him like Mr. Potato Head. You got to see it. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you got to click on that. So, at the end of the day, we've found Chip Scarborough. So we should be happy about that. Oh, my God. So that's it for Carlee Russell, I guess. The next step is, I guess she tries to go on with her life. And I don't know how possible that is. Boy, I'm just having yesterday or Friday was a complete catastrophe, by the way. If you caught that show, oh my God, we had all sorts of flies in the ointment. Corey says every time she applies for a job, they're going to Google her name, and this will pop up, and that's very true. I mean, my God, the amount of issues there. It's really remarkable to me that she would be. I mean, you have a person who she made her way through like higher education, and she then makes this decision to act like this. All right. Yesterday at the EZ house, it was family dinner time. And you got to try this. If you ever like go to a steakhouse, like Texas Roadhouse or Logan's or something like that, when they serve the baked potato, there's certain things that they do that up until yesterday, I had no idea that this is what they're doing to make them the way that they are. And so the recipe was so simple. After you wash and dry the baked potatoes, the giant ones, these are big potatoes. It's because we're going to have steaks and we're going to have the baking potatoes and corn. You roll the potato in like any type of natural oil, like olive oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. I used grapeseed oil. You could use any of those. So then it's totally coated. And then you pour kosher salt on it, and then it'll land on like one side and coat it pretty well, and then it'll fall off onto like the plate below, and then you just roll it and make sure that it's totally like covered in salt. And then you set it down, and then you roll it in 2 layers of tinfoil. The potatoes then go on the grill, all right? And then you're going to roast and roll them for like 40 minutes. You cannot fuck this up in any way, shape, or form. The first part of your I did it on charcoal. So, the charcoal's too hot to cook the meat right away. So you let it go through the whole cycle of get super hot and then cooling down. And then, all right, on the very last minutes of that it's still hot, you cook your steaks so that it all gets done at the same time. When you, of course, you let your meat rest. Don't ever forget that. If you ever make a steak and you just then go and cut into it like 1 minute after, you're making, and then the whole plate is saturated with juice. Don't ever do that, please. Make sure you let that steak rest for like 5-7 minutes. Cover it and just let it rest, okay? Because then all of the meat that's in the center of the steak is going to, as it cools, like kind of spread out to all the interstitial materials of that meat. Does that make sense? And it's more delicious. Ribeyes, by the way. Oh, my God. My brother Paul is in here. See Paul there at Parwog 262, who says, "Hey, Hoss, I rest my meat all the time." Oh, God. And he says, "Love you. I love you, too." Maureen writes, "I like my steak well done with ketchup." Oh, wow. That's interesting. I've not heard of that. Do you ever, and then she writes, "I said what I said." She said that she was like getting ahead of my astonishment. Yeah, I like steaks medium rare. you know. Anyway, these potatoes, you get them off and then you unwrap them and then you cut them with a steak knife, the length of the potato. And then with a pair of oven mitts, you hold the ends of the potato and squeeze it a little so that it kind of half smashes and it breaks up what's inside of there. And it really opens up like a very gaped set of lady private parts. Okay? Like that. That's the look you want to get. And then you have your potato bar there. You've got butter, sour cream, and then bacon bits. Not bacon bits like Bacos. Yeah, Chris in Maine says a hatchet wound. Yes, exactly. It looks like a hatchet wound. You got to actually go buy the real bacon in a bag. You can get those at the store. And a little salt, a little pepper on the inside. Absolute. It's crazy because I think the potato outshine the meat. And you can get ribeyes right now at Costco for $15.99 a pound. That's a fucking bargain. You can get 4 ribeye steaks for about $70. And they're huge. They're like 1.25 1.5 inches thick. Massive steaks. I love Costco, man. It's the absolute best. Jesus. And you get a lot of, you got to be careful when you're walking through there because, first of all, it's packed. When you drive into it, it's like, a packed stadium parking lot, but with numerous people walking in front of your car. So you have to understand that when you pull into Costco, from the time you pull in to when you actually park, usually about 45 minutes passes. Because you have to creep at 1/2 a mile of an hour because, not only do they walk in front of your car, they're going to give you the business if you in any way go anything faster than 1/2 of 1 mile an hour because they're all doing that. I'm walking here. So then you finally get to a parking spot that's, 1,200 yards away from the front door. And then that's it. You're off and running. You walk in there, and then when you got your cart, which they're gigantic, it's very important to understand that everybody there feels more important than you. So you have to be ready to yield because as you walk along, this is a great place to where fights can break out. That's one of the things I miss most about COVID. Is the video of the fights that would happen out in public because at stores like Costco, Oh, God. Maureen says, don't go to Costco on the weekend. It's too busy. It was busy when I was there during the week. The amount of money that comes through that place. And, I really give them credit because they make so much money. And they really go out of their way to hire decent employees. All right. You have stores like, the equivalent to Costco is also like Sam's Club or BJ's. These warehouse stores where you have to have membership. For some reason, they hire like really upwardly mobile, attractive people. Have you ever noticed about the level of attraction of the employees at these businesses? And I'm not talking like, oh my God, I want to have sex with all the employees at these places. I mean, these are attractive looking people. They just look normal. They're normal to have conversations with. They're not inbred, but because like you have Sam's Club, but then if you go to Walmart, same company, that's like the minor leagues. They put, oh God, it's like if somebody comes to Sam's Club and says, yeah, I want to work here. And they're like, all right, yeah, oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have any positions open here. They're talking to a guy who's got one eye. He got mauled by a dog. His highest grade level is like 5th grade, and he's like, "Hey, well, work here." And they're like, yeah, well, you can't work at Sam's. We don't have any openings. We just filled up the last one, but we got tons of jobs next door at Walmart. Are you interested in that? Okay. And then the next thing you know, he shakes sticks out his nub, shakes his nub with the other guy's hand, the boss, and then he's got a job. But at Costco, it's like everybody is just ridiculously awesome. They're friendly, they're sweet. They have the best, no odors, no visible limps or crazy birth defects or fetal alcohol syndrome. None of them have any of that. It's all great. And I think that they pay a competitive wage for people who have the ability to manage their own body. And if you possess that ability, that is the first hurdle you've cleared. You sit down at Costco and you make it through the screening process of the application where they actually call you in. And if the eyes are set on you and they realize, you got club feet or, whatever, face tattoos and knife sticking out of you, oh, yeah, you're going to head over to friggin' Walmart there. Several of you have given the same opinion about no former Zaniacs work at Costco. Your words, not me. I'm moving on from the joke line of that today. My sweet brother Paul says, awesome take, big brother. Well, it's true. And I love it when you go to Walmart because the takeaway there is you get great stuff for less and you get to see, just some fantastic fights and sights with people inside of Walmart. Those are my kind of people. The Walmart people. I don't want you to make it seem like I'm just indicting them and saying that they're bad. No, I love those people. That's where I want to be. I get disappointed when I go to Costco or Sam's Club because everybody there looks normal. And who wants that when they go to the store? A bunch of people who, don't have an eye missing. You got to pay for that normally to see that type of awesomeness. Maybe like the Jim Rose Circus or something like that. Jesus. Corey says, have you ever gone to a Walmart and then a Target immediately afterwards, night and day? Yeah, I don't want to be in a Target. Screw those Target assholes. No, I want Walmart. Those are my people. I want a cashier who is, she actually her eyes are so far apart from the FAS that they're on the side of her head. She looks like a guarmy in a tropical fish tank. If she wants to get a good look at you, she has to turn completely sideways. Those are my type of people. I want them. Corey says, like the character Sloth from Ice Age. Exactly. I love it. So, how the hell did I get onto that? Does anybody know the schematic of what just happened? Sir Bob calls them hammerhead eyes. How did I get onto talking about people from Costco and Walmart? And I think I was talking about how I went to Costco. Maybe Costco steaks, I guess. All right. Well, anyway, that's a big thing for your old pal EZ to get out. And but what's unbelievable was Sunday was a real mixed up day for me because, first of all, Saturday, I woke up and I was in Grayling with my dad. And so I just left at like 8:30 in the morning from Grayling. I had the dogs, had the camper. I said goodbye to my father, who I actually woke him up. If he seemed loopy when he's awake with dementia, you should see him when he first gets up in the morning. I walked into the old trailer. He rolls out of the murder mattress. He goes, "Where am I?" I go, "You're up north with me, Dad." He goes, "Oh, okay. What's going on?" I go, "Well, I gotta go." He goes, "Why do you have to go?" Now, we did have this conversation. I go, "Well, I have to, Diana's cousin, her daughter Diana's cousin's daughter is getting married, and I'm the minister. I'm the officiant. Oh, okay. Say goodbye to him. Drive all the way down to Southeast Michigan. Well, actually, kind of like near where Paul is. I was on Milford Road for a little while, Paul. Gave me the finger as I drove by. And I had to be, the wedding starts at 2. Okay? I get there at 12:30. No, maybe a little later than that. But anyway, I got in the shower. Again, I'm lucky. Got the camper. I got the dogs are there. Diana meets me down there with the NFK. He's all dressed up. He looks like $1 million. And I get cleaned up. I put on my gay magician suit, and off I go to the wedding. And it was absolutely spectacular. Hannah, which is Diana's second cousin, she's marrying this dude, Harry, whose dad is pretty well-to-do. He's got a great setup at his house. So he had the wedding in his backyard, and it looked like a venue that you actually would rent. It was that sweet. Oh, my God. Loved it. Very cool. Everything went off without a hitch. And everybody was happy. I loved it. And then the NFK and I leave there. We drive all the way to West Michigan. And it's like probably about 9, 10 o'clock. And then I had some things I had to get done here. So I didn't get to bed till late on Saturday. And then I woke up. Darla woke me up early Sunday. It's like 6:20. It's like, oh, shit. So I got like 5 hours of sleep. Man, I woke up, had coffee, and the next thing I know, I'm sound asleep. So that was nap 1. And then I'm getting ready to make these steaks. And I look at Diana and I go, I'm exhausted. I'm going to lay back down. No, you're not. No, you're not. Now, sometimes this happens. But if I'm tired and I don't answer that bell of fatigue and I power through, I kind of hate my life when that happens. And I sometimes have to play hey, fuck this. I don't do anything else. I don't have any other vices. But the one I do is if I feel tired, I am going to sleep. No, you're not. No. I go, okay, yes, I am. I'm going up there and I'm going to sleep my ass off. You got 15 minutes. I go, no, I don't. I got till I wake up. Hey, I don't drink. I don't do anything. I don't take drugs. Sure, the occasional heater, no big deal. But fuck that shit. If I'm tired, I'm going down. So I pass out. Madison wakes me up. Daddy, it's time to get up. Time to make dinner. Fucking shit up. My God. It was the weirdest day ever. And then off I go. All right, where the hell was I going with that? It feels like that just kind of petered out. I thought I had something a story. No, not really. Swing and a miss. Oh, this morning I woke up and I reached out to a legend. I wonder if he's here right now. I want to see if he's here. Oh, he is here right now. Okay. And this is good because I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can give the background and explain the symptoms. But the AC went out at the Eric Zane Show Podcast household. And, I got a guy, Joe Martinez. So I texted him today. I go, hey, dude, AC is out. And he's going to be here after 1. How about that? Now, Joe, one-on-one here. These are the symptoms. Thermostat, fine. Filter, the furnace filter, that has been a problem before. I could use a new one, but it's not that bad. But what I did notice, Joe, is that Remy Halo that you installed for me? It's always on. It's always doing its job, but it's not right now. It's not getting power because you wired it into the unit. So It gets its power from the actual setup down there. Well, it is no longer getting any power because the little light is supposed to be on. It's not on now. So that's the extent of my investigation of this. I lifted the cover off and I just stared. And I'm looking for blinky lights. Didn't you say there's like a blinky light or something that tells you if there is an issue? If it blinks so many times, then you match it up to on the little schematic there as to what's going on, as to what could be the issue. I didn't see anything. So that is all I know. I am suspecting there is a catastrophic power loss on the unit. And you will be able to figure that out, I'm sure, because you are the absolute greatest. So I'm excited to see you later on. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to know this. The world's number one fry cook is back at it today. All right? Joe writes, during the heating season. I don't know what else he's going to say there. Seems like I only got half of that message. Is it not on during the heating season? Is that what you're telling me? It might be on only during... Oh, it's on during the heating season. I get you. Well, then that's not it. See? This is why I don't diagnose problems on AC units. I have no idea. Linda says, does that mean that the Patreon with extra juicy content will be before 1 p.m.? I think so. I have a meeting at 11 a.m. today. And so I'm not sure. And that is true. I have 2 tea-spilling stories to talk about today. All right. Let's see if I can remember. What are they about? One. Yep. No, I got them. It's relationship based stories. It is not concerning anything of former Zaniacs who, that was a wild week last week. Oh my God. It has nothing to do with a former show. It has nothing to do with the radio industry or anything like that or the podcasting industry. It is pure relationship tea spilling. Magical, amazing things that I witnessed, okay, and have nothing to do with, and I'm just an observer, and I love it. Thank God for our confused relationships that we have with people. Thank God for the messes that we get ourselves in. They keep me fueled. I love them so much. Everyone has to keep screwing up. Everybody within the sound of my voice has to keep making terrible decisions. And when you do them and then you do come back to reality, please tell me about the malfeasance. I need to know the disruption that took place. Oh, my gosh. Absolutely awesome. All right. I feel like my brain is swimming with information, you know. For those of you that are enjoying the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I am now going to kick you off. The full show is available, of course, on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Go there, sign up with a little username, and then follow me, and then off you go. It's free. It's just a different place that I host the whole show on. I don't host the whole show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. In fact, I think I might even give too much on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm like 47 minutes into the show, nearly half over, for God's sake. But if you want the full show, it's on Twitch. That is the free podcast is available in its entirety on Twitch. Jesus, for free on Twitch. And it's on demand, so you can go back and watch them. If you aren't subscribed, you will get commercials that they throw in randomly. And usually it's a lot, so it's going to mess with the mojo of the storytelling, whatever the hell I'm talking about. So it's probably a good idea to subscribe, and you can do that for free with your Amazon Prime account. You just got to link the account. It's all there. You just got to find it, and it's all there for you, and you can enjoy the show for free. Or don't link it up and just enjoy it with the ads. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Thank you so much. And as always, the audio podcast is available wherever you download podcasts. After the show finishes, I make it available for you to download on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and there's about a million other ones. I'm on all of them. Stitcher is going away. Did you know that? They have actually gone belly up, Stitcher. Not that you care. But thank you. I'm kicking you out, folks, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And, you know, I will never understand. I'll never not call it Twitter. I don't understand the reasoning. I think that if I had the chance to sit down with Elon Musk, I would say, so why? And without saying too many words, I mean, give me a short, concise answer about why you are no longer calling it Twitter and you no longer are using the bird logo. I would need to know specifics. Why? Out of all the things that could be wrong with Twitter, one of the problems, the name is not the problem. The name and the logo is not an issue. Corey says, I think he said once that he thinks birds are creepy. Well, okay, great. I mean, this is the equivalent of, think of something with a gigantic brand. Well, okay, McDonald's. It's like if McDonald's said everything is the same, but we are changing the name of the company to Pete's Burgers. And all of the arches are gone. And it's just it's Pete's face is the logo. My God, that is I don't understand why he did it. And I'm curious. Why did you do it? I don't care that you did it. You can do whatever you want. It's your company. But why would you do it? Isn't that like marketing 101? You know, to just randomly go ahead and change something at the drop of a hat like that? And that's a great question, says Megan. Did he change the name or just the logo? I don't know. It's not clear. Is it called X? I mean, there was a chain of command. It was called Twitter, and these are tweets. What do you do now? I have no idea what the fuck he was doing. Very strange to me. All right. Speaking of going belly up, this is a big story, but not a lot of people are talking about it. But if you've ever been driving down the road and you see, tons of trucks hauling things, one of the major companies that you would see trucks for are those gigantic trucks that say yellow on the side. That's the name of the company. And they recently lost, freight jobs with Home Depot and Walmart. And my God, what happened was they went belly up. 30,000 employees are now looking for work. This company's been on the hot seat. And what's interesting about them is, first of all, they just signed a new collective bargaining agreement with the Teamsters. So all these truckers are Teamsters. And but they had to know, it was just like a week ago, they had to know going in that with all of that they were about to go belly up. So, holy shit, look at this. 70, oh, God. Yellow trucking company melting down. They just, during the pandemic, a ton of money went their way. They ended up receiving a massive loan from the federal government for $700 million, a federal pandemic loan. And despite that, they're shutting down, according to the Teamsters Union, which represents the company's 22,000 unionized workers. They're expected to file for bankruptcy sometime today. 30,000 jobs at stake. It's poised to be the largest trucking bankruptcy in the history of the United States. So all of a sudden, poof, 30,000 jobs go up just like that. Now, mentioning Walmart, that's the first thing that pops into my head. Am I going to have my shit disrupted for the next time I go there? Okay? I want my toaster oven. I want my cheap curtains. I want my battery for my fucking Power Wheels. They say no, that there will be no disruption. But this company going belly up just like that, and there's been an argument, how? How do you do that? And Yellow blames the union, and the union says, bullshit. We're giving you top level employees in this industry. You've been mismanaging shit for years. The union, which had been locked in this contentious negotiation for a new contract, said it received a legal notice that Yellow is ceasing operations and filing for bankruptcy, according to a news release posted Sunday. Today's news is unfortunate but not surprising, said Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien. Wasn't Teamsters Jimmy Hoffa? This is a sad day for workers in the American freight industry. The union's announcement comes hours after the Wall Street Journal reported that Yellow shut down on Sunday afternoon, citing internal notices sent to customers and employees. Yellow says it will issue the statement Monday about the state of the company and the operation. They laid off an unknown number of its employees on Friday. The same day, Teamsters had advised Yellow employees to prepare for the worst. The fact that they borrowed $700 million and that's all gone, and that didn't do anything. When you borrowed money for a pandemic loan, wasn't that intended for like only small businesses? How did that even happen? You ever wonder how we were able to give away all of that money, literally billions and billions of dollars in the first place? And we gave away all that money. And what would happen if we actually didn't just give away a bunch of money to people or gave it away to people who weren't stealing it like any old Joe? Yellow Trucking reported a net income last year of $21.8 million. Now, even that, when you hear that number, $21.8 million, you think, well, that actually doesn't sound like a lot. And it's true. They have $1.3 billion in loan debt that is due in the fall of 2024. $729 million of which is owed to the federal government, according to the company's latest quarterly report. $700 million from the government in 2020 as part of a COVID-19 rescue package. In return, the Treasury Department took a 30% stake in the company's shares, which have since plummeted to less than $1 a piece as of Friday. Oh, my God. A world without Yellow. They don't expect any supply chain issues. The other companies will pick up the business. That was part of the problem. Their clients like Walmart, Home Depot, they started to sense issues because of all the labor strife that they were having and the stock price. So it was a snowball rolling downhill. They saw that and they said, they got ahead of it and said, we're probably going to get snowed out and be in a supply chain issue if we don't cancel our contract with Yellow and go into a different company. So that's what happened. It's just remarkable to me. Bleeding Heart Brian, who drives truck for a living, he's the one who sent me that story. And it was expected to be like last Monday that they were going to do this, but it appears to be today. First time chat from the Street Rat says X simply replaces the blue bird. And then follow-up question, what's with the long pauses? Yeah, that is a staple of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Occasionally, my brain just doesn't fire, and that's what happens. Or I'm reading your comments. Sometimes I read the comments and try to find some. That's one of the big complaints about the comments that when I sometimes would have meltdowns with people who are posting too much without any type of substance. The two people that come to mind the most are Kenny and Amanda, and Corey to some extent also dominate the chat. And when that happens, when they fire off too many messages that are just stupid and pointless, then I'm like searching for some type of interaction with other audience members. And because I have to scroll through it, it becomes like a long pause, you know? Aram says he doesn't edit out the pauses, nor does he edit in laugh tracks. He's taking a run at our pal, what's that guy's name? Justin. Oh, my God. Tyler says, I don't mind the pauses. They're natural. Sometimes I just have to regroup, figure out what I'm talking about. So it just happens. And I'm alone. I don't have anybody to bounce shit off of. A couple of you sent the story about the manatee that was found dead. A Florida aquarium is busting out the information that one of the manatees died. Hugh the manatee died from a fatal injury caused by another manatee's high-intensity sexual behavior. So that tells Hugh that's a dude's name, you know? I think of Hugh Downs, the old 2020 guy. So he actually had sex till it killed him. The Mate Marine Laboratory and Aquarium in Sarasota, Florida, is sharing more details on Hugh the manatee's sudden death on April 29. According to ABC 7, the United States Department of Agriculture recently completed their, is the word necropsy? Report on Hugh and found that his cause of death is a fatal injury because of sex. With his older brother. Oh, gay sex. Okay. The other older brother's name is Buffet. So Buffet and Hugh were having manatee sex. I didn't know that homosexuality would happen in the animal world. I've heard people say that their dog is gay, but you know, I don't think that the dog actually put his ding dong in the other male dog's keister. You know, Hugh died to a 14.5 centimeter rip in his colon caused by a sexual encounter with another male manatee. Jesus. Facility representatives, employees observed high-intensity sexual behavior between two adult male manatees. All right? The report stated. Sexual behavior continued throughout the day with periods of rest between high-intensity interactions and occasional penetration. At approximately 5:15 p.m., the larger male was observed penetrating the smaller male again. When the large male swam away, the smaller male was seen unresponsive at the bottom of the pool. Oh, my God. That is horrible. According to the Sarasota Herald Tribune, USD officials also claimed in the report that the Mote Marine Laboratory and Aquarium failed to handle Hugh expeditiously and as carefully as possible to prevent trauma and physical harm. So they didn't. They let him be like a pincushion for the big guy there. Oh man. So gay manatee sex caused Hugh's death. That's terribly sad. You know, a manatee is a mammal, right? You know, they have to come up for air. Isn't that true? I mean, it's not a fish. They just hold their breath, right? I mean, maybe one of you can confirm or deny that. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that those things, they call them like sea cows, and everybody loves them. And then the manatee's probably like, oh, God, I'm so glad I'm back. I'm in this aquarium. I was getting run over by boats. He's got scars on his back. And all of a sudden, another big one called Buffet puts his ding-dong right in the manatee's butthole. Jesus. Throughout the events leading up to Hugh's passing, Moat acted with the professional standards and practices that we have observed through the 27 years that Hugh and Buffet have lived together at Moat, and as recommended by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Partnership. Given the recent media coverage of the events surrounding the passing of our beloved and recently deceased resident manatee, Hugh, it is important that we share an overview of the facts to ensure complete clarity on the cause of Hugh's death. God, there's a joke right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get up the strength. I can't do it. I'm not feeling fiendish enough to drop this bomb. Feel free to speculate what the joke is. Yeah, sometimes I have a moment of weakness. Sometimes I resist the urge to make a joke about two of the audience members. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. No, shut up. Jimmy says, "Oh no, do we need a new flag and parades for gay manatees?" Ashley says, "My dog is gay. He humps only dudes, never penetration though. Hates girl dogs, probably from being raised with a certain dude in his formative years." Amanda says, "Fuck you, that's funny." Well, all I picture is Amanda with a snorkel and a strap on, putting it to Kenny. And then Kenny at the bottom of the pool going, "Oh, my God, my asshole. Oh, oh, my asshole." And the aquarium, they go, "Oh, my God, these manatees are going at it again. That one's putting it right in his asshole. Quick, get in there. Yeah, hurry up. I'm calling. Ah, oh, oh, ah. Kenny, no. All right, I've been podcasting for going on 5 years. And one of my favorite things of all time is the fact that HelloFresh is part of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Now, let me get to the chase here. Cut to the chase. No one says get to the chase. Let me cut to the chase here. You're going to end up going to HelloFresh.com/Zane50. And then you'll also use the code Zane50 for 50% off plus free shipping. I'm telling you, man, oh my God, this amazing, amazing product is delivered right to your door. The cold stuff stays cold, and everything else is sent to you in pre-portioned packages so that you can cut down on all the extra garbage that you would have to buy if you were making these amazing recipes from buying stuff at the grocery store. And then it's just incredible, the stuff that you can make. Make your home the hangout place all summer long with crowd-pleasing eats, from a backyard bratwurst bar to tangy key lime pie. Can you imagine making key lime pie? HelloFresh Market makes summer entertaining a cinch. HelloFresh, take a bite out of summer, from chef-crafted seasonal recipes to their new fresh and fit summer menu. HelloFresh brings flavor right to your door. One of my favorite things is when you plate the food and whoever you're serving it to is like, "What the heck? Did you do this? Did you buy this?" No, I made it. It's HelloFresh. And you do it all in the comfort of your home, featuring quality proteins, fresh produce, and plans for many lifestyles. It's no wonder why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Go to HelloFresh.com/Zane50 and use promo code Zane50, Zane50 for 50% off plus free shipping. Once again, HelloFresh.com/Zane50 and then use the code Zane50 for 50% off plus free shipping. EZ loves HelloFresh. Not in attendance. Yeah, I guess he had a meeting or something like that. Yeah, I'm at Manatee Swim School. Oh, ooh. Tyler says, you fucked my back into place. Fuck. Amanda says, how your brain works. I don't know why I didn't want to say that. Amanda's got the thickest skin of anybody. Kenny's the one to worry about. Sean says he heard they had an opening in the manatee tank. Now, wait a minute. Now, Kenny is down a significant amount of weight. All right. Yeah, he's a little porky, but he's I'm on the way up. He's on the way down. You know? All right. At some point, I got to bust out some sponsors on this show. So I'm going to do that right now. Thank you again to Berlin Raceway for being part of this show. If you need tickets for racing at Berlin, you got to go to berlinraceway.com. Most importantly is the Battle at Berlin, which happens a week from Wednesday at the track. Chase Elliott, NASCAR driver, and the most popular driver in NASCAR right now, Chase Elliott, has made a change in his schedule to actually be at Berlin for the Battle at Berlin race. $30,000 purse. Now, typically when you have races at Berlin, you have, they'll run like the limited late models, or they'll run the vintage cars or the four cylinders all in one night. This is more the closest to actual NASCAR racing that you will ever see at Berlin. So it's one race, 250 laps. So this is like our own version of the Bristol Motor Speedway. Okay? And you have all the local guys taking on these guys that come in from out of town, like Chase Elliott, NASCAR drivers in the Cup Series. So he's going to try to beat the local guys. And I love the local guys because the local guys work all week, whatever job they may have, and then they come up with any extra money. They're buying tires, fuel, giving their pit crews, buying them a case of beer or something like that. If they do happen to win at Berlin, it's maybe enough money to buy a set of tires. So that's the element. And then you've got this super rich millionaire, Chase Elliott, comes in from out of town, and he's going to race these guys. So to try to win the money. Now, I'm like, fuck that. I want the local guys to win that money. So that's the dynamic. And you got some very talented local guys who are going to try their damnedest to keep Chase Elliott from winning that money. In my opinion, it's like everyone against Chase Elliott. All right? And $30,000 purse. And it's one race, 250 laps. Not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday at Berlin. Everybody's talking about SRX this Thursday, but the most competitive race you're going to see with the most excitement is going to be the Battle at Berlin. And there are tickets still available for that. They're $20 online, berlinraceway.com, 15 and under free, parking free, bring a cooler with all your goodies, and it's a Wednesday night race. And you can bring in snacks, and you can bring in soft drinks, no glass, no booze. berlinraceway.com for the Battle at Berlin a week from Wednesday. Go to that. I'm telling you, that'll be so much fun. And, 250 laps, you're thinking, oh, my God. Lap times are 16 seconds. You're getting basically 4 laps a minute. Let's do some easy math here. If there's, let's see, 250 divided by 4. That's about 62 minutes. Let's just say 70 minutes of actual racing. Throw in yellows and, God forbid, a red. Probably about an hour and a half, tops. There you go. BerlinRaceway.com to get those tickets. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. Fantastic place to get your vehicles repaired. Love them so much. Smack dab in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Anything messing up your car, whatever, keeping you from being on the road, keeping you from using your car, what it's supposed to be used for. Irvines.com, and that's ERVines, ERVines.com, if you want to reach out to them. They are awesome. I love them. Early bird drop-off, late bird pickup. We've been getting our cars fixed at Irvines for years. All right. Cardi B. Oh, my God. I love this story. Jesus. I have a huge crush on her. Not only, I mean, physically, to me, she's just gorgeous. But, and I don't necessarily seek her music out. I've never said, hey, I want to listen to some Cardi B. But every time I hear it, I enjoy it. I mean, it's music that I don't listen to that much. But as far as it goes, it's catchy as fuck. Okay? So I love her for that. But what I love her the most is she's got a great point of view on almost everything. Who was she? God, who did she rip on? Oh, it was when that sub imploded, and then the rich guy's son went to the fucking concert or something like that, and she tore into his ass. Okay, she was like a male manatee having sex with the other male manatee. That's what she was doing. Great reference. Well, she's on stage, and someone decides to throw a drink at her. Jimmy writes, speaking of sea cows, what are you talking about? Backing up even further to this comment, when I was talking about Kenny losing weight, Amanda writes, good for him. I still wouldn't fuck him. Okay. Look, I think that you will one day. DJ Plunkett gets a yellow card for pointing out lip sync catastrophe on Cardi B. Love you, but you got to understand, if you know it, then chances are I know it. And chances are I'm going to talk about it. But if you're there tipping off the end of the story to the people in the chat, hey, you're making my job easier. But I don't want you to, because I want to do it. Because if they don't know, then I'm telling them. It's the Eric Zane Show Podcast, DJ Plunkett. It's definitely not the DJ Plunkett Podcast. Yellow card. Next time, it's a red. All right. He writes, sorry, I thought about that as I hit send. No problem. It happens to everybody. Everybody does it. Some do it more than others. Kenny was the ultimate. Kenny and Amanda. It's always those two. They're the perpetual line steppers. They haven't done it in a while, but they do it. Here she is. My God, look at her. And somebody throws a drink at her. And watch this. Her mic is in her right hand. How quickly she puts the mic. She's a lefty. Watch. She threw the mic at this chick right here. See this big dude with the sunglasses and the chick right in front of her? That's the chick. She actually hit her with the mic. She took the mic and whipped it at her. Oh my God, it is awesome. I love that so much. Oh. Oh my God, that is just very, very special. She threw the mic right at her. It's that Money Moves song. I don't know what the fuck it's called. By the way, let's kind of break down the throwing form here. Oh boy. I knew this was going to hurt me. I'm having so many damn problems with this mouse. It's really going to put a cramp in my style for the rest of this show. I think I've exhausted this battery. Oh. Nothing worse when I'm ready to do something like this And then all of a sudden, a technical issue. There we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay. You can see her do the double take. Did you see the double take? The drink's in the air when she does the double take. Right there. That's a double take. She knows it's coming. The drink hits her. She's appalled. She switches hands. And then look at that. Look at that side boob. She has gorgeous boobies. Oh, my God, what a body on her. Holy cow. If only she was like 55 years old, I'd really be attracted to her. No, she was like 65 and no shoes on, and she dragged her feet through some dirt before she hit the stage. Thank you, Dave Chappelle, for that joke. The security guard says, which one was it? Cardi's pointing out. And then that chick gets taken out. Now, also noted in this is Cardi B, somehow you still hear her singing the song or rapping the song, and she's not even speaking into the microphone. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care that it's obvious she's lip syncing this show. She wanted that bitch gone. Okay, she's so lucky that she didn't hit somebody else, because that's a big lawsuit at that point. It might still be a lawsuit, you know. So she's getting a lot of flack about the lip syncing. First of all, the throw is perfect, and Brandis says that it nailed the chick. Yes, it actually did strike her. It actually struck her. Ryan says she clearly doesn't need the mic since the lip sync track continued. That's a fail on her sound people. I don't know that it is. What do you mean? They can't anticipate that she's about to throw a microphone. I don't, and I think that's common these days. It's called, like Chris says, it's called a backing track. She probably does sing, and it just matches up beautifully, or it adds a little depth to the voice, like layering. And then in the event that when something goes wrong, or maybe she needs to take a breath or something, or she gets choked, she turn around, don't face the audience, and then it continues playing. That is a very, very normal thing to do in the industry. Lee from Pop Evil. I remember in the song 165, it starts with acoustic guitar in that song. Some of you might even remember that. And it's a backing track when he's live. And he would always just hit the strings, but it wasn't him playing. And he would turn his back to the crowd and then just like hit the, acting like he's hitting the strings. So everybody's giving her shit now because of using backing tracks and whatnot. Ashley says she actually hit the wrong girl. I didn't hear that. But I thought the one story I saw says she actually hit the chick. So if she hit the wrong chick, you know what's going to happen. That chick's going to sue Cardi B. Jimmy, sounds like he's 65, says, I'll stick with Led Zeppelin. Dude, how come, like, you and I are the same age? And I love all of the music you like. But, you know, don't you like any new music? I mean, Cardi B is fucking cool. She's great. I love that. There's a lot of new music I like that you wouldn't think that I like. Some I just can't stand. But I like Cardi B. This whole lip syncing thing brings up some. They're trying to compare Cardi B to Milli Vanillii. And anyone who knows anything about Milli Vanillii knows that it's entirely not the same thing. Milli Vanillii, which, by the way, take a look at these guys. This is Rob and Fab. Now, I think Rob is the one with the eyes. And Fab is dude with the whatever, this bandana. And then that's Cardi B. But some of you may not be familiar with this story, but these were the quintessential lip syncers. Okay? And they can't sing. They're horrible. So, but they have the look. This is in the 90s, early 90s. And some record executive says, all right, you guys have the look, and we like your tight spandex, and we think you do a great job at doing reverse Running Man on stage. But Amanda, I'll get to it. Amanda, where I gave DJ Plunkett a yellow card, I even mentioned that you were the one of the biggest offenders of this, of tipping stories. Why do you always do this to me? We've had this talk so many times. You always get ahead of me. Not everybody knows that. And I'm doing the show. Why can't you shut up? After I get done blasting you right now, I am going to ban you. I'm talking about it. I'm discussing these people. Why can't you ever just shut your mouth? It's actually so annoying. You always have to do this. I'm discussing it. I said, for those of you who don't know about Milli Vanillii, and then I started to talk about Milli Vanillii. And then you said, one's dead. I was getting to that. I mean, out of all the time that we've spent, most people get it. And when it happens, like to DJ Plunkett, I'm like, hey, it's cool. I got it. And I've also said, and it bears repeating, when I actually finish the story, if I've then moved on, then it is fair to throw in a detail that I may have missed. And I can go back to that, and I will then say, oh, I had forgotten about that. Thank you for that part of it. So that way, you don't run the risk of tipping off a key thing that I may be going into in my job. But you always take that away. And for that, this is why I get so angry at you. Now, I'm trying to calmly explain it to you. But I guess what I don't know is, how do we keep having this issue? I mean, I want to know what's going on in your head. I think I actually, if you're so eager to do that, I actually need to, since it just happened and it's fresh in everybody's mind, I think it is fair to actually call you and ask you directly. I want to know what's going on in the noggin. For years, this has been a regular thing. Hey, is this Amanda?
It is.
Okay, so take us through it. On your end, I'm doing my thing, and how do the wires connect in your brain when this happens?
When I said my comment?
Any comment that what usually results in me getting frustrated.
God damn it, I had an answer too. I was thinking, why are we comparing it to Milli Vanillii when one of them's dead? That's what went through my head.
Why would we compare it to Milli Vanillii when but that's not what you said. All you said was one's dead.
Right, but you wanted to know what my brain was thinking.
Right.
So I threw out just part of that was the one's dead at the end.
So in your brain, it had all of that, but it just went to the key thing about him killing himself?
Yes. I didn't say he killed himself, did I?
Well, whatever. It's gone now. Now you're the show. This is why we play that.
No.
This is why this happens.
I heard the Milli Vanillii comparison earlier this weekend, and I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
As usual, I
went ahead of you because it's the Amanda show.
Why? Why do you do that to me? I'm trying so hard.
I know.
I'm trying so hard.
I'm actually running late this morning.
Oh,
so.
thank God. You mean you won't be here for the rest of the show?
Probably not.
Oh, damn it. God. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I'm so sad.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks anyway. Thanks for the help. Okay. See ya. Bye-bye.
Right, bye.
Oh, my God. This is my symbolic white flag. It's a napkin. I'm waving it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waving the white flag. She's very valuable to me in a lot of ways, and then so debilitating in others. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? So the record company said, you can't sing. We're going to have these two dudes who are ugly and sing the song for you. And all you do is jump around and be cute, and everybody's going to love you, and you just lip sync. And they made the song, Girl, You Know It's True. And it was a mega hit. Mega. Oh, my God. I remember I was at CMU and at Merrill Hall, and I was busy, making sweet love to Diana on a regular basis, ripping off her knit stirrup pants and going to Chowtown, and ripping off that giant Coca-Cola sweatshirt that she had on to see her up direction sport boobs that she had. Those are gone. She's got big giant knockers now, thanks to the Dr. Ranucci in Grand Rapids. But at the time, they were just, more than a handful's of waste. And listening to Girl, You Know It's True. Oh, I love you. Boo, 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 boo. So they're saying that Cardi B is like Milli Vanillii. And it's not, because Cardi B actually sang that song. That's her voice on there. It's completely not a fair comparison in any way. Milli Vanillii, they can't sing. After it was and the way it was discovered, do you remember this? And I actually have this clip. Amanda, though, I know that you know what I'm about to reveal. So tell everybody, Amanda, what proof I'm going to show when everybody learned that Milli Vanillii was a farce. You can go ahead. We're all here for you, Amanda, for you to tell us the end of the story. You don't remember? Oh, okay. Well, they were on stage, and the CD started to skip. Okay? And so this is what happened. This is like the audio and the video of that moment when the whole world in 1990 found out that Milli Vanillii was a farce. And the dude runs off stage. Oh my God. I love when the one guy realizes that it's skipping and he just starts busting out Reverse Running Man. Look at those outfits. They're wearing sports bras and bike pants. It's my favorite. Oh, God. And then everyone's like, hey, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on there? CD skipping. Oh, that is awesome. And then the word called like wildfire. That everything was fucked up. Jesus. So then Rob and Fab were like, oh, hey, man, we can do it. And they put out their own version of it, and everybody just laughed. Like, yeah, fuck you. And then they tried to come out with another, like, album. And this is in 1998. And the one with the one with the girl features with the handsome eyes, I think that was Rob. He took a lot of drugs. And he ended up having an issue, and then he could never shake those demons, and he overdosed, and he died. Did you guys know that? Yeah, I know that's like the worst part of this. I know that's a shock to you guys that he died. I mean, that's usually how you wrap up the story, then never to be heard from again. He's dead. Wait, you guys already know that, though. Because, I almost said manatee. Amanda busted it out for us. He died. You know, the guy died. You know that. As I was getting set to watch Oppenheimer, she did the same thing to me. And then after I busted her about it, she tried to pawn it off as, yeah, but I was lying. It's not true. I was just doing it to, and it's like, no, I know what you're doing. You're saying too much. I want you to never lose sight of this. And I've tried to remain as calm as possible in this destructive moment by me, as the rage and fury emanates from my pores. If you ever find yourself talking and you realize that you're talking, at this point, everyone else around you has thought the same thing, except it's talking too much. So right about the time when you have the realization, everyone else is their meters are on red. They're overheating with Amanda. The same applies with comments. If you find yourself putting comments in there, odds are it's too many. Yeah, the one guy killed himself. One guy's dead. He didn't kill himself. He just died. Yep. All right. That's what the show is. Everybody's tipping off my stories. All right. Subway restaurant is, man, this is a new campaign by them. Subway is offering anyone free sandwiches for life to someone who is willing to legally change their first name to Subway. First name that comes to mind is Jared. If you are Jared, what do you have to lose? You know, I think that's a great marketing ploy if they actually change Jared's name to Subway. You know, and you can have name the subs, the kid, or child's play, or the penetrator, or whatever the fuck. You can go a whole different route. This is all I know, a little bit off the reservation. That's kind of a wild idea, but think about it. You know, I mean, hey, Jared his name is no longer Jared. His name is Subway, and he's eating a sub called the Penetrator. Oh my God. Now, yeah, I understand that's a little fucked up. But it's all about publicity. I wonder if all the people that canceled Bud Light, which that officially is probably the most effective thing that's ever happened, the canceling of Bud Light by the Sound of Freedom watchers. I wonder if they would have the same type of attack towards Subway if Jared was the guy who changed his name to Subway and they actually had a sub called The Child or Kids Play or Penetrator or something like that. Because, Dylan Mulvaney, I don't even know how the fuck you say that person's name, the girl's name. That she didn't, abduct children and molest them or anything like that. Like Jared's a child molester. So you would think that the backlash, this is all hypothetical, is not going to happen. But if it did, do you think the backlash on Subway would be as intense as it was for Bud Light? Because it should be, but I don't know that it would. By the way, epilogue, Bud Light has given up on Dylan Mulvaney. I got to find out how to say that. Dylan Mulvaney. That's exactly right. After the backlash started, however long ago that was, Bud Light stopped taking Dylan Mulvaney's calls because they had lost so much money. Bud Light is down 28% year to year. It's been a remarkably effective cancellation. It's horrible, and for the dumbest of reasons. Again, in 2019, Bud Light had nationwide, their cans were rainbow colored. Dylan Mulvaney in 2023 received 2 cases of Bud Light with her face on it. And then she showed a can on a video. See, look what Bud Light did for me. Oh, my God, look at them. Oh, Jesus, I'm so happy. Thank you, Bud Light. That's all that happened. And then all the Sound of Freedom watchers lost their shit and said, we're tired of you ramming this down our fucking throats. We're sick and tired of your fucking wokeness. You're going woke? Well, you're going broke, motherfucker. That's right. Kid Rock shot that fucking beer. But that's exactly what we're going to do. Fuck Bud Light for giving a person who's a fucking queer, making them feel good so that other marginalized people will also feel that their voice is heard. Well, I say fuck that. Bud Light can suck my fucking Yankee dick or rebel dick, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And we're going to fuck Bud Light right in the fucking asshole. You're going woke, you're going broke. I said that, say right now. And it's worked. Bud Light is laying 230 people off right now as we speak, most of them in managerial positions. They're fucked. So that's how it goes. If you do anything to make these very sensitive snowflakes hurt, they always say, problem is you're ramming it down our throats. How? What do you mean? Because some girl's face is on a can and only cans that she has? It's not like you go to Bud Light and buy a case of Bud Light and it's shaped like a cock and you have to drink it to make it look like you're sucking dick. That's not happening. It's one person. Well, who cares? That's enough. That's because what they're doing is they're groomers. And that's their new word. The far right. They love saying, well, because we know that homosexuals are groomers, man, and we can't allow that until we got to protect our children. Dylan Mulvaney probably is the reason why that guy in Sound of Freedom went south of the border looking. And by the way, it says true story. It's not. There's like one element of it being a true story. It's a pile of shit QAnon propaganda film. That's what that is. Oh, God. Well, anyway, I don't know how the fuck I got off on that tangent. Anyway, Subway is doing that. I say Jared needs to be doing that. What was the... Okay, there was a... Speaking of that, a Nashville songwriter is pissed off. His name is, you haven't heard of him, but he writes for a lot of amazing artists, very popular artists. Win Varble. This is Win Varble. Here he is at some coffee house in Nashville playing a tune. And he doesn't like, well, what all of people like him did to Bud Light. He doesn't like that at all. And he's hurt by that. He says, have we all lost our minds? Country singer blasts wokeness with a simple question. Now, the thing about the word woke, that's, again, something else that the right has bastardized, hijacked, and made it their own. Like what they've done with Christianity. They've done with things that are less complex, like a word. Woke meant you were cognizant and sensitive to the issues and concerns of people who have been frequently and will continue to be marginalized by society. You're aware. You're sympathetic, empathetic to them. So a person who might be struggling with their identity, someone who is a minority, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the minority. If you're aware of that and you want to help them somehow, make them feel accepted, that's woke. That's a good thing. These morons have taken that and just used it as a pejorative. Like it's a terrible thing that if you're woke. And it's really not. And so they've ruined that to be what it is. Now it's used as an insult. If someone says to me, I'm woke, I'm like, well, thanks. That's I appreciate that, actually. People who use that word like that are using it because they're just going by what all the other people that are stupid have told them what they need to do. They need to insult those people. They need to attack them. They need to cancel them. So when I quote, Bud Light goes woke, oh, well, you're going to go fucking broke, man. I tell you what, as soon as I heard that, you're going woke. Guess what? You're a small male manatee, and I'm a big male manatee, and you're going to be dead at the bottom of the pool. Country singer Win Varble is one of the most prolific artists in the entire industry. He's worked alongside Garth Brooks, Trace Adkins, and Brad Paisley in a new song called I'm Just Saying. Varble argues wokeness is destroying America from within. The song was performed by rising star Austin Moody. Who cares? By the way, the whole idea of Nashville, and it's a music factory where it goes from writers to performers, to me, just lends to the silliness of it. It's if you have an artist that writes his music and then performs, or her music, and then performs his or her music, that's one thing. But if you're just a mouthpiece for the song, it just feels like without that layer there of originality, it kind of bums me out, you know? Pete Townsend wrote all the fucking songs. Roger Daltrey sang them. Most of them. He's a writer. It just, I don't know, something about the whole dynamic of, hey, motherfucker, look it, I got this really cool fucking song. It's called Let's Go Hang Some Black People. Jason Aldean, you up for singing this? And he's like, yeah. Luke Bryan. Hey, Luke, yeah? I got this song called Shake Your Ass, Moneymaker Bitch. You want in? Yeah, that sounds great. Shake your money maker, shake your ass for me. Shake your money maker. Shake your ass for me. That's it, Luke. You got it. Damn, fucking printing money over here. It's fucking horrible. The lyrics of Wynn's song, they call themselves enlightened, but cancel those who don't agree. Oh, that's rich, considering from 50% of the country who just destroyed a beer company. I wish all these folks who claim they're woke would just go back to sleep. So he's rhyming agree and sleep. They call themselves enlightened, but cancel those who don't agree. I wish all these folks who claim they're woke would just go back to sleep. No, you gotta, if you want to rhyme agree with sleep, if you want to end that line with something that rhymes with agree, it can't be sleep. It would have to rhyme completely with agree. Ending with the P doesn't really rhyme, I don't think. Agree and sleep. Like a word that would rhyme with sleep would be weep or peep. They call themselves enlightened. I can't think of it, but I'm not a songwriter and I'm doing a podcast. But that definitely doesn't work. So it continues. I'm just saying, have we all lost our minds? I'm just saying, where do we draw the line? I know y'all think it takes balls to be singing what I'm singing, but I'm just singing what you're thinking. Article goes on to say the term woke has been increasingly common in recent years in reference to radical left-wing social activism. Well, the term woke has been there, and it isn't so much for radical left-wing social activism, in my opinion. It's just, like I said, it had the best of intentions when it began. There's nothing wrong with that. Varble said, yeah, Nashville in the last couple decades, it's been turning a little bit to the left. And then he says, I don't have a problem with any of these people. I mean, we're all Americans, right? Now, you see, there you're a liar. You do. Just admit it. Just say, I hate them motherfuckers. But when they, and here you go, he says, but when they force their stuff on us, that's like the Bud Light argument that because Dylan, what's his face, had his face on a can. Well, holy shit, you're forcing this down my throat. No, we're not. You can go buy Bud Light and her face isn't on the can. Yeah, but you're still forcing it down my throat. I just explained to you how I'm not. How does that not resonate with you? That's it. Me and my friends aren't drinking your fucking swill no more. He says, when they force their stuff on us, that's the whole thing. It's a small percentage of the population, these woke folks. They try to tell you who to love. No, they don't. How to feel. No one's telling you that. And it don't feel right. No, you're just a homophobe. You're just threatened by the rightness of it. That because that takes away from your way of life of fucking, whatever, red-blooded right-wing American. Varble wrote the song because he believes it's wrong for culture to attempt pleasing a small portion of the population. I've said this before and I'll say it again. For those groups of people that are maligned, specifically in this case, LGBTQ plus people, they're like an exponentially higher number of percentage of like killing themselves. It's horrible. Imagine not even knowing what your identity is. And for this is what I said during Pride Month. For some time during that month, when people wave a flag and people look at it as threatening, to those people, it could be saving their life because they realize that there's people out there that care about them because in a lot of the cases in their own families, they've been like kicked out or locked out or iced out or whatever it is by their own like brothers and sisters and moms and dads. And that's it. That's all this is about. So what the fuck is wrong with that? Who cares? Why does that bother you so much? Jesus. So that's the right is like, oh, well, you're ramming it down our throats, so we're going to cancel you now. We're going to destroy a company. That's how we operate. And how can you write a song about how the left cancels the right when the right is canceling the left? Again, this world would be in such a better place if you would just leave people alone. Stay in your lane. If Bud Light wants to put a can out that is supporting somebody who's a transgender person so that the rest of the people can see that and maybe like, hey, great. Who cares? Let it go. My God. Everybody needs to take a step back. The origins of wokeness can be traced back to the African-American community, where it was used as a way to describe people who were aware of and actively opposed to racism. In recent years, however, the term has been adopted by a wider range of people, including white progressives and liberals. Yes, that's true. It's also been bastardized by the right, who say it's hateful. It's not. Wokeness has been widely criticized by Americans in recent years who believe it is an overt form of political correctness that is stifling free speech. I don't believe that. And basic American freedoms. No, sir. You are incorrect. All right. Chris in Maine says, American freedom to choose a different shitty beer. There are plenty. Let's see. Brandis says, the face and the voice. I am dying. If you're not watching this, you are missing out. She's referring to, hey, I'll tell you this right now. That's my angry hillbilly white trash face. It's a derivative of Jessica. Jessica's a little bit more screaming. Hey, easy, you fucking asshole. Shut your fucking mouth. Kenny, get over here and eat my pussy, motherfucker. Hey! Hey, Stevie! That's just me. I figured I'd fucking reach out to you since you don't have any fucking idea why I hate your fucking bitch skunk-haired ass, motherfucker. I heard you talking shit about me. You don't know why I'm pissed. Hey! I warned you. I put it in writing. Don't you dare follow that Eric Zane motherfucker. He's a fucking cold-hearted asshole. There you are with your fucking skunk hair, bitch motherfucking mouth on there with Easy. We don't fucking like that around here. So fuck you. Brandon says if your eyebrows go higher, they will touch your hairline. Hey! Stevie! I need to bring Stevie in here. That might be my favorite voice to do. That voice one day needs to be heard on the radio because it actually sounds different than me. Like if I'm having a conversation that you could only hear, whether on a podcast or on the radio, and I went, "Hey, we're here with Farmer John. Hey, what's up, EJ?" Like it sounds much different than my voice. Or just, "Hey, we're here with Jessica. Hey, what's up, motherfucker?" This is Stevie.
Good morning.
That's a favorite. That voice is
it really is a favorite, yeah.
Is it the face or the voice or the combination?
It's both. It's the whole shebang. It just cracks me up like nothing else.
When I described to you the other day that you were referred to as skunk-haired bitch, and I did that so that you'd be warned. I didn't want you surprised on the show.
I appreciate that.
Where did that, I mean, Can we pinpoint in any way, shape, or form why you are so vilified? Have we been able to determine?
I have no idea. Mm-mm.
Could it be as simple as just being part of the show? Could you may have said something in the chat in joking fashion that they took personal?
It's possible that may have happened. And also, I did unfriend a few of them on Facebook. So
Okay.
I think maybe that pissed somebody off. I don't know.
Did you unfriend Andrea?
No, she unfriended me.
Oh, okay. So you unfriended somebody, and maybe the word got around, and then they were like,
I think maybe, yeah.
Maybe
I unfriended a bunch of those people.
Okay.
Because, I don't need to see their political bullshit on my page.
I got you.
Yeah.
So has anybody reached out to you since I talked about it?
No.
All right.
Just that one unknown caller, which
could have been anybody.
Could have been anybody, but I've never had that happen so quickly before like that. It was just an odd coincidence.
All right. Well, who knows? Maybe, hey, you might have your face on a scarecrow then if you play your cards right.
Oh, God, I could only hope.
I
could only hope.
All right. Well, there you go. I just wanted to bring you in here.
Okay.
Thank you, Stevie.
All right.
That is the skunk-haired bitch, Stevie. And that fucking skunk-haired bitch, Stevie. Yeah, fuck you, Stevie. The Boomer Bunker I was reviewing a podcast when I was up north, and they were, the topics are always based on right-wing topics and the usual conspiracy theories. And one of the things they focused on was the film The Sound of Freedom, the QAnon propaganda movie. And just that, how it is, but they don't believe that. And they're frustrated because they think that they're right and we're wrong. And John believes full on the information that they present in the film. And one of the comments he made was, who the fuck would be opposed to this fucking movie? It's about saving children, yo. The fucking, holy shit, there's 8 million American children that are abducted every year and put into the sex trade. He actually said that. And the second he said it, I was up north walking around. I was like, that doesn't sound right at all. So I went to the national website, Center of Missing and Exploited Children, or whatever that, what number, real actual data is. And 456,000 children are reported missing each year. And majority of them are in parental disputes. They suggested that 8 million times boogeymen have come and snatched up the little kids and takes them down to some South American country, and then they have sex with them until they're old, until they're too old to be appealing to a pedophile, and then they cut them up, he said, and harvest their organs and sell their organs off. And I just started cracking up that he actually believes that. I would argue that none of that is true. Actually, I can't go that far. I'm sure there are children that do go through the sex trade, but I don't. If it comes out of his mouth, it makes it completely unbelievable. It was ridiculous. The things that those guys believe. It's too easy to just sit there and call them terrible names. You really gotta pick it apart, and just be astounded and dumbfounded at how silly they are. And then on the, it was funny on the Facebook page, there was hey, I haven't heard about your show, but now that everybody's talking about it, tell me, John Pulaski, John and Jennison writes, How do I listen? And my first thought is, you could just type that. And you don't have to ask. You can actually find it quicker than it would take for you to write it onto the stupid page and have someone go, here you go. Here's the boomer bunker. Oh, God. Just a bunch of idiots. The level of stupidity with that group. They hate me so much that they have no idea how firmly on display their stupidity is. It knows no bounds. I think I said that wrong. I think I'm supposed to say it knows no boundary. I don't think I'm much better is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. It's that time. It's time to finish this up and get ready for the Patreon, which is not going to be right away. It'll probably be before 1, but it's definitely not going to be early. I have a prior engagement that I am committed to. Chronic Mayhem, Corey says, knows no bounds is right. Chris in Maine says, I've never seen eyebrows go so high with 0 forehead wrinkles. Now, I don't know about that. Hey! Hey! Now, yeah, I have to yell, hey, every time for some reason. Hey! The only way I can get in a fucking character quickly is by yelling, hey! That's when you know the fun's about to start, motherfucker. I think I can make some money with that character. Oh, shit. Oh, good. Before I get to the asshole of the day, hello to Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. He'll be here later on. Thank you so much. 616-516-8579. Got to be hot in the house yesterday. I said, it's time to cool it down. And then I noticed things weren't working. Oh, no. And I said, oh, well, I start to panic. I got to call Joe. And I go, you know what? It's Sunday. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Call him when he gets up for work on Monday. I did. And right away, after 1 p.m., I will see either Handsome David or Handsome Joe. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Always mention your old pal EZ. If you need any service like I do today, that's who you call. You need your AC tuned up, which I do every year. This is who you call, and you should. 616-516-8579. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage encourages you to reach out and get started on your mortgage dreams today. You need that mortgage before you start shopping for the home. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Whether it's your first mortgage or your 10th, maybe getting money out of your home to pay for a home improvement. I don't know, maybe a new AC. You got to buy a new AC unit, perhaps. Get a new roof. Whatever you do, get approved with Mario. Anywhere in the U.S. He's a sponsor that is nationwide. And he wants to talk to you. 231-332-6505. And last but not least, Rick from TC Paintball. Going on 8 years of support. He is the OG sponsor. Okay? You go back to the 30 shows I did post Free Beer and Hot Wings for that month before I started working at Cumulus. Rick was there. I had Rick. I had a Realtor. I had Labatt Beer. Who else did I have? Oh, the guy who did landscaping, who turned out to be a jackass. I ended up getting in a fight with that guy. Go figure. All right. So there you go. That would be TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Love them so much. If you want to get the kids together, neighborhood kids, dads, I'm telling you, this is great. Here's an idea. for a whole day's event for your fantasy football draft. Start the day or end the day with TC Paintball. Okay? Draft your players. Some of you are going to be pissed off in the draft. Then play paintball. Reach out. I just started a new promotion package for Rick. A fantasy football draft party at TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. You can even have the draft there if you want. All right. First round. Do it, and then go beat the shit out of each other. I like that. Rick, what do you think? TC Paintball Fantasy Draft Party. Put it down. Verbal trademark. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Asshole of the day. Okay. Okay, I got it. I know who it is. I wonder if any of you are going to be able to guess who it is. Quickly, put in your guesses right now. The dude. Wait a minute. Milli Vanillii. Brandis says, I look like a fucking cartoon when I do the character. Your asshole of the day, brought to you by TC Paintball, is Buffet the Manatee for killing his brother, Hugh, in an incestual gay manatee moment. It was horrible. Oh, my God. Jesus. Amanda is getting a nomination. Oh, it's not going to be Amanda. No, I beat her up pretty well today. She deserved it. I mean, come on now. Can't do that. Come on, don't wreck my stories. You got one job. Enjoy the show. That's all you got to do. Laugh. Okay. You should look up the Island Boys. They're the real-life human version of these manatees. They are an absolute abortion. I think I've seen them. They got, like, tattoos all over their face. Is that right? Okay, thanks, folks. I appreciate you for being part of the free podcast. I had 2 tea spilling stories, but actually 3. One just popped into my brain. And I can't even give you, like, a tease about them because they're so personal in nature. Well, not for me, but people would be pissed off at me for telling these stories. So I guess there's a chance they can hear it, but probably not. I'm more comfortable talking about it on the Patreon. A little later on today. Not going to be right after this one. Thanks so much for being here. Love you guys. Thank you, and bye-bye.